Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. During my unpacking of things, I came across something and I figured I'd give it a try and then come back and do a regular podcast. I don't know if anybody remember this. This is my old hot rollers. I'm gonna try it. It is freezing today, so I figured I got nothing better to do than play with my hair and maybe some crochet. So you'll see me in a few minutes. All right, what do you think? It's a couple of seconds later for you, the many hours for me. Yeah, I had fun. The old rollers, I don't know if you guys still have them, but they used to be great in the morning. You put them in, and by the time you're ready to go out the door, that frizziness just turned into bigger curls. So I had fun. I don't know how often I'm gonna be using it. To be honest with you, I no longer go to work, like outside of the home, so won't be using that very much. But I thought it was fun. Finding it is great. Anyway, today is, what is the date? Tuesday, January 19th. Sorry, I'm really parched today. I'm just coming on. I don't know how long it's been since I've been on. I'm just coming on here to show you what I've been up to. I think I mentioned in the last video that I'd be making a lot of Afghans in the next 6 months or so. Well, I've created 2 of them since I last posted. Now, I was looking for, lately, I think I mentioned it, I need comfort projects, and the granny stitch is a comfort stitch for me. So I was looking for something that was mindless, that I could watch TV with, and I came across this Daphne Afghan by TL Yarn Crafts. Toni is amazing. She has a YouTube channel. Everyone knows Toni. Anyway, this is a tutorial on YouTube, and I believe it's on her blog as well, but I purchased the PDF format because, you know, you gotta support, right? Anyway, really easy, but it's a unique way of putting grannies together. And so they're triangular grannies. So hold on, which side do I wanna show you? This. Look at this, isn't this great? So you basically make 3 triangular grannies, sort of like a shawl, and then you seam them in this way. And you get this. This is a Afghan size. Now, what had happened, I think I mentioned before, I'd opened up a box of what I call scraps, and there were actual full cakes, but only one of. So I had, hold on, I had 4 cakes that I broke down. I broke them down in colors because I did not want the color change to happen in the middle. I wanted to have enough to go right to the end. So I broke down the cakes, and the cakes that I used were Karen cakes. Oh, I'm gonna try to do this fast. Poached pear, Karen cakes in cake pop, Karen cakes in blueberry parfait, and then I had a Yarn Bee sugar wheel in Sunnyside swirl. Now the Sunnyside swirl was, they all say size 4, and they're all 100% acrylic. Are they 100% acrylic? Let me see. Oh, Karen cakes are 20% wool. Okay, so the color wheel, the sugar wheel is 100% acrylic. The other 3 are 80% acrylic, 20% wool. I found that the sugar wheel was ever so slightly thinner than even though they all say 4, than the other 3 cakes, but it didn't make much of a difference in the granny portion, but I will show you where it did make a difference. Anyway, so I broke down these, and then I used the coordinating the color that's in between all the different colors is Premier Basics DK. Let me tell you, this stuff is soft. And I know it's DK, but you can't tell. It like really looks okay. Looks really good with it. Like I didn't find a difference. Anyway, so I made that. It still needs to be blocked because it is puckering a little in the join, but no sewing. Well, you gotta sew on your ends, but that's it, no sewing. Isn't that great? I love it. So, because I deconstructed all of these cakes, I had a lot of leftovers. And you guys all know I love my Scrappies, so I did the exact same pattern, except there was no coordinating yarn. I just used the leftovers. And look at this! Oh, this is my favorite one. Look, I just used, so as you start, like this will only take a little bit of yarn, but as you get further, you need more and more yarn. So that's what guided me. And then I went downstairs and found a navy blue, and I think this is I can't remember what it was, but it's just a basic number 4 worsted blue, and that's what I used to, and it's a slip stitch join. And then she even shows you this cute little border, really easy. But I love it so much. Look at it. This is right up my alley. I kept working on it and telling my husband, going, look. And he's like, yeah, okay. It was great. I love this so much. I can see many more of these kinds of things in my future. I love it so much. So I know she doesn't watch, but Toni, if you're watching, thank you so much for an amazing pattern. So good, so easy. Her tutorials are amazing. Loved it. And I had a little bit left over. So I've been making and what I would do is as soon as I would finish one and had a little bit left over, I would just attach it to my magic ball. Many of you have asked me how I attach, and I don't attach as I go. I like to make magic balls because by the time you get to a big size ball, you've forgotten what you put in there. So then when you go to use it, as it unravels, it's just a surprise. I don't know, I'm back to make it. And I use the magic join because I find it extremely sturdy. And I thought, well, what am I gonna do with this? So I'm making another Ross hat. So these are all the colors that were in the blanket, and I'm just using it. And it looks like I'm gonna be almost done. I've already done 2 rows of decreases, and I still have a lot of this yarn left. So I am so happy with this yarn. It's just going a long way. Isn't that great? It just came out. And like I said, I did not control these, as I thought, okay, that's too small to do anything with. I put it in the magic ball, and now I'm knitting with it. Isn't that great? I love it. That's gonna be a new favorite hat. Now, speaking of magic balls, this is my magic ball of chunky yarns. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Probably a basket. I know it looks big, but it really isn't that much because it's chunky yarn, right? But anyway, I have come up with some zany stuff in the last few years. You know, from the back washers to the toe warmers. But by far, what I'm about to show you is my zaniest and my most practical one. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, it's got dirt. It's been used. Oh my God. So, we have a lot of snow up here, and I have to walk the dogs a few times a day, and these are my mitts. So I don't like using gloves because I find that when you separate the fingers get cold, but when you wear a mitt, the fingers keep each other warm. So these are my mitts. This is Canadian made. It's Hides in Hand in Rockwood, Ontario. If I find them, I will leave a link. These were a gift to me a couple of years ago by hubby. They're leather. They are amazing, absolutely amazing. But the issue that I'm having, so these are my mitts. is I have a hard, so I have these retractable leashes for the dogs. And that's because it gives them a little more, I don't always use this. I do use regular leashes too, especially if there's people around. I want to keep them closer. But the retractable one gives them many, many feet that they can walk away into the bush, and I don't have to follow them into the bush. I can stay on the path and they can wander around in the bush, but I still have control over them. But anyway, so I have this leash and it does not, I cannot get my hand in there, this is the retractable part and the locking mechanism. I can't get my hand in there. So it's very difficult to use this. So I thought I'm gonna come up, so I'm using this one on this hand. I came up with this using the chunky magic ball. Basically, it's a hat for my hand. I left a hole there, and I put the ribbing and everything. So basically, you feed the leash through there, and you put this whole thing inside, right? That way, I can still operate the retractable part. Hold on. Come on, why aren't you retracting? Oh, it's stuck, it's locked. I can still retract and I can still control the dog. I can lock it in place, but my hand is warm. I know, it sounds so silly. And I might actually make a good one out of good yarn because this was just made with scraps. But this works, and if it's a super cold day, I just put those, you know, those dollar store knitted gloves that, you know, you can get for like $1. I just put that on, and that gives me an extra layer. But look at this, isn't this great? I know, you guys are gonna laugh. I come up with the silliest, zaniest stuff, but this works. I still have control of my dogs, and my hands are not cold. So basically, if you want to do it, you're basically making a hat for your hand, and then you bring it in a little bit. I might even actually make the next one, I might make it even longer so it goes all the way in my sleeve. You just bring it in, put the ribbing here. It's a hat. It's a hat with a hole for your hand, for your leash. Love it. So I've done that. Now, what am I going to be doing? Oh, you know what? I meant to tell you guys. In the last week, I have had to use my word of the year many, many times. Let me tell you what happened. Not to go into too much detail and not to divulge my internet provider, or not my current internet provider, my past internet provider. There was a technical issue and I lost all of my emails. All. 20 years of emails. And I had 4 email accounts to keep them separate, including the one that was associated with this channel. And the first day so if you had sent me an email to crochet2018@rogers.com anywhere from the 13th on of this month, I did not get it, and I will not be getting it. There is no fixing this. When this happened, the first day, all I saw was red. I was enraged. They finally came up with a solution that was going to cost me hundreds of dollars. And I thought to myself, I've been with this company for 25 years and now you want to gouge me? I was livid. So I essentially told them to go to hell. And I thought to myself, so the first day was sheer rage. The second day was just crying, a lot of crying. And then after that, I just kept thinking fluid, water, fluid. And I'm gonna go around this issue. I have reached out, I've spent many days reaching out on my personal emails to like banks, lawyers, doctors, children and letting everyone know. And now I'm about to start doing it with as many people through this channel that I've met that I can remember their emails, or if I can find something with their email address, I will notify them that my email is no longer that one. But I have created a new email through Gmail, and it is ccframily@gmail.com. CC is Canadian Crocheter. Family is my term of endearment that I call my friend family. Yeah, that's what you guys have become. Many of you have become more than just friends. You're family. And so you're not really family, but you're not really just friends. You're family. So anyway, the new email is ccframily@gmail.com. And yeah, I still don't have a post office box. I did find one, but it's an hour away and it's snowing today. I don't want to drive. So hopefully by the end of the week, I will be running out of milk and bread, so I'll have to go out anyway. So I will hopefully get a new P.O. box then. But anyway, now that I've told you my little story, I am so sorry if anybody has sent me an email from the 13th of January to now. I did not get it, and I will not be getting it. But I will leave the new email address here, and then I have to, unfortunately, once you put it into the YouTube, it doesn't automatically revert to all the other past videos, so I'll have to go manually, video by video, and change the email address on that. So like, oh. Anyway, I am water. I am fluid. I will get past this. I just refuse to be held hostage, and that it just drives me nuts. They weren't willing to help me in any way, and so I told them to go to hell. Anyway, so that I've done. Oh, what am I going to be working on next? Probably some more Afghans, but I don't know. Oh, so I've been watching Billy from the Crafty Floridian, and she made this Vienna sweater. It is a paid for pattern, but I loved hers so much, I went and bought the pattern, and now I'm going to make it myself too. I just haven't decided on what yarn. So this, do you think I can do it in a week? I hope so. That's my next goal. And then another little thing is I've been watching a bunch of YouTubers doing this, and it was started by Terry at Yarnjoy Podcast. Oh, it's Yarnjoy. Everybody knows Terry. She started this thing, it's called Movie and Stitch. I think it's Movie and Stitch. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna leave the hashtag right down below anyway. Anybody can join in. So their idea is that they wanna pick a movie and that you can stitch to, and then you come back, you pick your movie, and then every 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks later you come back and you talk about the movie, maybe share some trivia about the movie, maybe some info, whatever. And talk about your project that you've done. And they want to do it alphabetically. So 26 weeks, I'm assuming that's just like a year. So this will just take it just past in January 2022. Anyway, I want to jump on the bandwagon. I wasn't invited, but I'm going to do it anyway. You can pick any project that you want. Some of them are doing grannies and then making a big blanket at the end of the year. I've decided to do a hat, and that's because I probably will not do the whole alphabet, to be honest with you. I'm too scatterbrained for this. I'm not going to remember. So I just noticed that they're doing A. So what I decided was I picked a movie. One of my favorite movies is a French movie called Amélie. If I can find the poster, I'll put the poster here. Anyway, and I thought, okay, a hat, a beret. It takes place in Paris, right? So I found this free pattern called Mandala Tweed Stripes Rue Royale Beret. Well, I don't have mandala tweed stripes, but I do have Red Heart Roll with it tweed. And I looked at the composition, it's almost exact, so that's what I'm gonna make. So I'm gonna watch Amelie and make this beret. And as far as going forward with the movies, like I said, I probably will not do, I'll probably, you know, start off really great with the bang. I'll probably get to like letter G or D or whatever and then just fizzle out. That's my motto. Or not my motto, it was a MO. That's my MO. Yeah, I'm too scatterbrained to stick with something for a whole year. So, but I will leave a link. And if you type in that hashtag, it'll come up with a whole bunch of other people that are doing it. I think it's so much fun. And Terry, that's a great idea. So you can count me in for a few movies throughout the year, but I highly doubt I'll do all of them. So that, what else have I got done? I think that's it. I think that's it. And we're at 20 minutes, perfect. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish my coffee and try to upload this. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week so far, and we will talk soon.